You have no idea. This panda's frightening.
Yes, he is.
It actually, this one matches facial expressions pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Hey, there's a gap. There's a
I
gap.
think it depends on which color of Himawari you're using.
Yeah.
Ends up working out for me. Jim Majors was kind enough to buy me a new cord, but it never showed up. So he's been refunded, which is really good.
Is he gonna try again, or was it just that kind of thing?
Well, I've got some stuff going on in the background, so I'll
Dr. Newman, you're saying that everybody wears a mask?
That's correct, Wendy. We all wear masks, metaphorically speaking.
That's correct, Wendy. We all wear masks, metaphorically speaking.
Oh, not the lips! Oh God, not the lips! Oh shit! Oh! Woo! Okay, not a lot, just a little. Ready? Go! Ah! What?
Beaver, you got something behind you there.
This is just, something I've been just tossing around, who is the Beaver, who knows, right? It's just, 3K coming. I don't have any specific announcements yet, let's put it that way.
Well, we've already had a butt crack reveal.
The butt crack reveal was the special announcement. Sorry, I thought that didn't happen. Oh God. Oh, it's me. Except the shirt. See, I was wearing this the entire time. I was the fucking bear. I got this Amazon Primed. Thank you.
God, bring the Beaver back. Get rid of whatever that is. Oh my God.
Got this thing in here just for everybody, so we could see this brilliant shirt on a beautiful.
He's lying. That is his only top that he owns.
That's right. I've got a bunch of them. That's just like it's like Homer Simpson's closet, right? Where it's Peter Griffin's. That's all I have.
Yeah.
Anyways, how's everybody doing?
Good.
How's you doing?
Not too bad. My computer's running a lot nicer, not having to cook that goddamn face rig garbage. I've got some beautiful
That would be a massive change.
Free music in the background just to soothe us a little bit while we talk. I don't know if it's probably.
So we mean we don't have to watch you looking at your penis anymore?
Yeah, that was terrifying. Or the dead monkey. Leaning back in the chair.
The only thing I'm not proud of is this fucking thing right here.
Your face?
No, this is separating. this iceberg is pulling away from shore here, and when that bitch separates, we're just gonna have to it's gotta go.
Brainy, someone seems to have stolen your hairline.
Yeah, no shit.
To be fair, he's got one hell of a widow's peak there.
Yeah.
This is my dad's hairline.
Gita would be proud.
Other than that,
It's not a problem I have.
This shirt's coming off in a few minutes, just so everybody knows. This is only coming out when I really want to cheese it up on a hot summer day, maybe.
Oh God, please don't get undressed.
Okay,
He just doesn't want to be too much of himself. That's all.
He could be all the different though. I mean, he's a hairy beaver underneath, right?
Here, I'm just trying to. I am a pretty hairy guy.
Penises, hairy beavers, demonetized.
Demonetized.
Yeah.
Where's the chat
The
window?
bots are watching and listening, so careful.
Oh yeah.
I have
I
have a lot of high IQ going on right now. Oh my God, where is the chat window, the pop-up window?
Hey, talking about high IQ, the red pill philosophy is literally hiding from me at the moment.
Oh, is he?
Did he leave YouTube?
Not even kidding. He went on for ages about how he'd debate me, but he said, "Oh, I'm too scared. I'll do it with a moderator." So I said, "No, I'll debate you without a moderator." And then he said he's not going to debate me because I'm actually a book-burning Nazi.
You should stop burning those books then.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure about you guys, but I would make a terrible National Socialist.
I don't really think somebody of the more educated side of society would in any way. I mean, that's just kind of goes against each other.
I mean, I know the reason he won't debate me. Really, it's because he's too busy saving the Mushroom Kingdom.
Don't you insult Mario?
If I ever do meet him, I mustache him a question.
Mustache him a question. Where's the meats? Now I gotta find the meats window. Apparently, I have too many windows open.
Hey, Craig, now I understand why he's so angry. He can't find the princess because she's constantly in another castle.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get you guys a sexy mug in here, but oh, that's what the problem is. Okay, I'm stupid. Yeah, that'll do it.
Well, stop being stupid.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying. I constantly try.
Well, open more
Try harder.
What are you doing, Beaver?
See, I don't think I have enough windows open, guys. That's the problem.
You need a new monitor for.
You're not high IQ enough.
I don't have that many
Just
fucking
8K monitor
open.
with 5 browsers and 100 tabs each.
I suppose I can close the hashtag team trees over here that I don't fucking need open. And
Hashtag team trees.
this window can go to hell as well. Okay, this is gonna become easier now. This is meats.
FTFE is more like a flurf burning hero, according to Anti-Flatter.
Flurf burning hero. Setting fire to
I gotta
flurfs.
restart that window now. I see.
Not legal, but fun.
Yeah, still desirable. It's just unattainable.
There it is.
Wow,
Bang.
What a dream.
Okay, I found you, dickheads. There you are. Everybody's just looking at this sexy exterior while I do nothing but just look for shit. This music apparently
People are just people are tuned in. They're wondering why there's a Yeti on the screen. Oh no, that is just you.
Yeah. I'm in shock and awe right now at the levels of pre-production and preparedness here. This is unbelievable. You're setting a new standard.
For the record, you guys stream a lot more than I do. It's a real fact.
You know what? I don't think that's the best face rig avatar you've used yet. You should probably change back to one of the other ones.
This is the budget
And
ones,
with the magic
I
of
guess.
transition, you shall see Fight the Flat Earth's beautiful face, everybody. There he is.
God no. Good job I put on clothes today.
You should put on. You should. You didn't turn on. Can you actually send from your vMix over to? Like, how does that
I
work?
could have used that as a camera, but I didn't.
Your green screen looks as professional as my green screen, just so you know. Because I'll show you. I can turn off this. Filter, and.
It's a proper green
you
screen.
See the fucking lines
about?
on it. Okay, well mine
You
is.
just exposed yourself. Your wall is CGI, man.
My wife. What is this? Okay, what does it say?
Super.
I gotta get in there. Super chat, thank you for whoever the hell super chatted me, which I'll find. I will find you.
Man.
I will find you.
I will find you and I will read your super.
That's exactly
the
what's gonna
sarcastic spacebar.
So
Isn't there
the
a-
casual spaceman for £5 says, actually, I'm not too disappointed. You are more or less what I imagined you look like. Nothing as horrible as Team Skeptic reveal. Right, he did write that, but he is currently vomiting into a bucket somewhere.
Yeah.
I have to open Streamlabs so I can get your comments up. That's terrible. Like I don't know why I can't see YouTube's new. I hate YouTube stuff sometimes. I really do.
I know they're making me use the new Studio Beta, and I hate it.
I'm okay with the Studio Beta. I like it. It's what things that I don't like is like when I set up a stream new, it takes me into as you hit live control room and it takes you in there and you set up a new stream, but then they don't give you a lot of direction.
Bookmarks.
They didn't
Really,
yeah, like,
you need bookmarks.
there's
to
buttons at the
manage
top
it.
that say manage and stuff like that. One thing I gotta do here.
Just get your bookmarks always managed so you don't get annoyed with the pop-up they throw at you. Do you want a new stream? No, I want to manage.
My camera's frozen on you for some reason.
Radical. There's only so much you can do with somebody who just joined the internet.
Well,
He's still in the floppy age.
Done better than most flirts.
I mean, why am I thinking MySpace right now?
Well, Tom is our only friend.
Well, you know, JM Truth actually has a MySpace page, right? And it's full of pictures of him in Star Wars outfits.
I didn't even know MySpace was still a thing.
There, I've got my Streamlabs up now. I can turn my filter back on.
Apparently, it's just used for like corporate music and stuff these days.
Yeah, it's been reduced to
Spotify for
elevator
that.
music and JM Truth.
MySpace? Oh God, nobody uses MySpace.
Well, JM used it because his only friend is Tom.
Good old Tom.
Okay.
Friend of the human race.
I guess somebody had to be.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
I hate everything to do with how this is all set up. How YouTube sets this crap up. We should pick something to make fun of. I should turn this fucking background music off. I think it's louder for us than it is for them, just so you know, because I tested this.
How about your shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, I can take the shirt off. Let's do this.
Yeah, your shirt's pretty loud.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It was all a lie.
I don't know why my camera's frozen on you, because it doesn't
I'm
say
in a
that it's frozen in meets, but it's just frozen on your software.
Well, hold on. Let me just do. It's probably because maybe I'm in studio mode. Oh.
Oh yeah, that's an annoying thing. Studio mode does
Yeah.
weird stuff.
Oh.
Craig's doing that thing on YouTube right now where he's standing perfectly still to see if he could actually disappear.
I feel bad for Craig being part of
I've
two.
mastered the art of standing so incredibly still that I am inconceivable to the human
Where'd you
eye.
go?
Oh, there we
That's
go.
it. I
see
couldn't
a chair.
remember
Where did he
proper,
go?
man.
Okay.
The Casual Spaceman did a super off 2 pounds. Feel bad for Craig being involved in 2 face reveals.
Oh yeah, Team Skeptic and then you. Goodness me, we're just waiting for Radical's face reveal. Except I'm pretty sure he is just 3 squirrels in a suit of armor.
Where did the other 2 go?
I was hungry.
Hi. That's why I have trouble walking around now. Just squirrels walking.
They're having to jump from hamster wheel to get that armor moving.
Yeah, I don't know why you're frozen. That's very weird. Let me just look
It's
at
alright.
the,
I'm pretty sure that what's frozen on is the front cover of the most recent Tintin book.
Brainy, I might have found the most ironic chat message in history.
What's that?
So, Jet Guitars.
I'm reading them.
Jets? Really? What? Mind is blown.
Yeah, no, the Jets shirt is all about how they think of chemtrails and whatnot. He's just staying in character for the whole debunker thing.
I just was wearing this shirt. I've been very busy today. I was poisoning bees only a few hours ago. Not the actual bees. I was poisoning the little people, the little mites that ride on their back like cowboys. That's a real thing. I'm not making shit up right now, people. And they don't like lasso them and ride them like actual cowboys. But look up varroa mites if you don't know what I'm talking about.
So you got loads of bees. Is that why your face looks like that?
It's so ugly. 100 people in here. 100 of you people want to see what I look like? This is terrifying.
Maybe they thought this was RedTube.
Yeah, you know what's funny? What I was gonna say too is that something that's funny is that like I was thinking like maybe you guys didn't think I was real. I was gonna tell everybody you gotta clap if you believe in me because I'll disappear like Tinkerbell, right? Because like so come on everybody clap. No, you're not clapping. No!
Finally he's gone.
Yes, everyone stop believing in Brady Beaver.
Oh God.
See, there was a rumor going around that Brady Beaver was really Robert Downey Jr. in his off time, but now we can see that's clearly not the case.
Tell Craig to turn his cam on and off, and it will unstuck it.
No, but it's all of them. It's not just Craig,
Yeah,
because
right.
our circles aren't growing and shrinking when we talk either.
Our circle jerks aren't working at all. It's true.
Yeah, it's what's come from the meats into your OBS that has frozen.
But his meats itself actually.
If I'm looking at the meat screen, my camera and Radical and Dick Dawson's are moving.
Now. It's going now.
Yeah.
If I miniaturize meats,
like
it
moving.
freezes. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
Well, then don't do that.
Well then don't.
Yeah, I can't do my hair.
Dick's no longer pulsating when he talks,
I pushed the
man.
button. I pushed the button.
There. Fight's got his beautiful little. See, I don't even have enough. I've been. Yeah, well, I took a buzzer to this. I don't have enough to do that anymore. Thank you, by the way, for the super chats that I received already from the several that I've gotten, or the couple or whatever. That thank you very much, guys. I didn't properly say thank you. Yeah, no, I've got the window open now, so that's fine. I'll just have to. That's weird. I don't know why it's doing that though. I don't normally have to have the window open. I don't think.
We do.
Oh, you do, or else it freezes?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. So maybe I just never noticed. I guess I wasn't a beautiful, moving creature before. And then Fight wasn't his pretty self as well on my streams.
3D Avatar has a way with giving clarity, I think.
Fight's so pretty, isn't he? I think... come on, who is it? Me or Fight? Wait, I gotta tilt my head the right way.
Well, ask the chat.
That's what I'm doing.
One?
Hold on.
One for me, and 2 for me.
The oncoming storm, eh? It's Sinead O'Connor in her spare time.
That's it. Fight versus Brainy. It's on. Fight! Wait, who was what number? I don't remember.
1 for me and 2 for me.
Yeah. So
three for Brainy. Wait, what happened here? We switched to... Oh, you've got like a separate feed. Oh, you're presenting. Dumb fuck of the year. You're trying to... I see. You're taking over for dumb fuck of the year. He's pushing his dumb fuck. Here we go. Everybody. Propaganda being fired out on Brainy Beaver.
Yeah.
There we go.
That moves too close. You do realize that.
Yeah.
There's still... There's an argument to be made for Kyle in this that I think is being ignored.
No, Kyle doesn't deserve to win anything. He should just be forgotten and like removed from everyone's collective memories. But a lot of people do keep saying to me that there's something wrong with the moon. It's orbiting the wrong way. It's too close. There's no shadow. Guys, it's an Anthony Riley moon. It's not going to get anything right.
I was going to say, those letters, I never see those in the sky. And 2 ISSs? ISSs?
ISISs?
I said, no, don't do that.
Hey, you people never actually voted. Come on, what is this? Me or Fight? It's the
one
battle
for me,
of...
2 for him.
1 for Fight, 2 for me. Or, he had to be 1. I see how it is.
Well, I guess it's neither. So Team Skeptic wins.
Here, team, if Fight the Flat Earth.
Look, all those ones coming in. Oh,
hey,
all those ones.
Hey, pretend to kiss me.
Oh, hey.
That'll set off the internet. that'll be everywhere as a meme after that. He wouldn't do it. See, he hesitated. He's like, fuck that. He's like, he knew that P. Mars and Tim Osmond were gonna be all over that like a fat kid on a cupcake.
Oh God.
And then Pig would have said the whole thing was a gay conspiracy the entire time. Demonetized. I should have never said any of the words I just said. All of them. That whole part of the stream is just like annex. It's a little ridiculous. We are just talking about nothing, and people probably want to see something that's not just nothing. I have to jiggle my windows around here, though, because apparently...
What have we told you about jiggling live on camera?
Yeah, there's no jiggling. Stop it.
Clifford, I see you.
It actually changes the size of the window. That's messed up.
That's sexy.
That's messed up. Is this music annoying?
The screen has frozen.
Everything's failing.
This has rapidly become a how not to use OBS properly stream, man.
Yeah, but I don't understand why any of this stuff isn't working, because I normally do this. I just do pop-out window. Oh, that's ones. Oh, it's Fight! He's just placing 1,000 ones.
Oh, you didn't see that?
Well, I did now.
You saw
I saw that a while ago.
I don't know why these windows are freezing, but I guess I'm just gonna have to stack these windows on top of each other over here so they don't cause me any problems.
So either Beaver's internet is extremely slow, like he's on Internet Explorer, or...
You know what it is?
Or, well, what's the other?
You know what I think it is? I think I've never streamed while having the output on OBS on. It's the only thing I've changed, is I have that new like virtual cam output on OBS. It must be mucking with something. Can you guys hear the stomping? My kids are banging around up there. Okay, so the question I have for the people in the stream, you guys, you lovely folks, is that music fucking annoying you yet?
No, I can't hear any music.
You can't at all?
Yeah,
I did this stream and I actually could... What? Can everybody hear anything?
Yeah, well, I can hear you and the two good streamers.
As if you guys can't hear that
went
song.
In with a straight leg. just tackled him.
Holy, where was the Bruce Lee animation on that one, man?
Holy hell, mate.
I'm so hurt.
That was awesome.
You know I love you.
Oh yeah.
Just not your face.
Your face, your ass.
Oh good, it's still moving. See, I wonder why nobody can hear it. See, I can hear the shit out of it. Wait, so if I do this, can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear that.
I do. I'm not sure I want to.
I just added his background zone, see?
Oh.
What you got the music? Is that
It's for when we're not
10-hour
talking.
stream royalty free?
Oh yeah, it's just like no copyright sounds. It's like a whole bunch of songs.
It's the kind of music they play in the bar at one of the scenes from The Flash.
What is this? Nice to meet you, man. Airy. Hey, buddy. How's it going, bro? Firmo. I can't hear it. Oh, yeah, that was up. Dude, you're good-looking beaver. I knew you were a nicely trimmed beaver. I am a nicely trimmed beaver. Who doesn't like a nicely trimmed beaver? You gotta go for the ones that have, like, that runway strip. I've actually never had one. I think girls in our generation pretty shaved
You didn't
up.
want to be monetized anyway, did you?
No.
Yeah.
Actually, you'd be surprised at the shit I said in one of the other streams. It got monetized after they reviewed it.
I'm not surprised.
I never make it through an actual like live stream from start to finish without it demonetizing at some point. Does Unirock? That's a good question. I wanted to ask Unirock if he would ever if he finishes them with a monetized symbol still, because I doubt it.
We finish about 20% with a green, but we win about 65%, maybe even 70% green afterwards on review.
I'm at like
everything I do gets demonetized, and I have to request every single thing. Scripted videos, streams.
Oh wow!
My Pornhub uploads.
Oh yeah, I know. Those are the worst ones.
I mean, I should stop uploading them to YouTube, really, but you know.
You're on the wrong website. I think we're on the wrong website regardless. I mean, this is supposed to be RedTube, right? Or is it? What's going on here? Where are we?
We're gonna.
What is life?
I wonder if we just started uploading our streams to Pornhub, like just as they are, if they would get accepted and people could just watch us on Pornhub.
I don't have to do much different, and I'm sure it would be appropriate, to be honest, with some of the shit that I say.
Hands above the table, Dick.
Just a minute.
Oh my
Just
God.
a minute. Okay, take your time. But don't broadcast.
I'm just looking for something we can laugh about here. So when did you challenged Red Pill to an actual debate and like on his platform even?
Yeah.
And he won't do it on his platform?
Not even on his channel. Let me go and read the messages that he left on his video. Because he even pinned the comment thread where he chickened out. And then was like, haha, I get to show everyone how you're a book-burning Nazi. And I'm like, no, you're showing everyone how Mario is afraid of everything.
That's awesome. He is ridiculous, but I don't think he's real anyways deep down. I think he's a Poe.
I don't know, I just think he's stupid.
I didn't realize this chat had stopped again. God, I'm terrible. This is the worst stream I've ever done, I think. There's more hair on the polar bear's head. Well, you know. Real polar bears are fucking huge. When I was at the Churchill Airport, the polar bear there is like, they've got it hanging with the feet at the top and the head like turned up at you at the bottom, and it was like it would be like if it attacked you, you'd be holding it by the ears like this, going, "Get off of me!" It was like the whole width of your torso. It was just like, I looked at my buddy, I'm like, that's just game over right there, boy. He's like, yep, that's the end. You just see it coming, you just go, that's it. It's time.
Recovering Albanian says that RedTube and Pornhub have become a hosting site for videos that are usually getting censored by various government and corporate entities. So, yeah.
I was very
getting censored. Just go on Pornhub.
I was extremely disappointed the other day when I found a video that said that something that I was extremely curious about, and then I found it was just some freaking 14-year-old girl walking around her house with a camera in her face. So You know,
See, when I
literally walking around full, like, which I'm not into 14-year-old. That's not what I was looking for. Thank you. There was like a girl that was there was a girl that was clearly not of age, but she was fully dressed and like just walking around her house, and I was like, how did this even get on here? And like, don't get me wrong, it was downvoted to oblivion, but it was like, I feel like they should have some sort of algorithm to detect that there's no flesh in this video and just pop it out, like, because. But I mean, the age was probably, but who knows what age people are? Maybe she was just like a tiny girl. But either way, it was like, this is not what this is for.
When I go to Pornhub, I find exactly what I'm looking for, but I guess it all depends on what you search.
I was searching the normal stuff anybody else would search, sir. I was just like, hey, listen, I like to give the videos that don't have a good rating a chance. Thank you. Call me a hater. Like, I like to spread the love around. So what if it has a 42%? You don't know what's in there. Maybe I'm into it. They don't know what I'm into.
I can guarantee you're into it.
Careful right now. This could lead to trouble.
Oh, I didn't say anything bad. We're talking pretty generics right now. Although I guess YouTube's got some pretty hairy rules when it comes to stuff. Hey, that guy, I don't know if you guys remember back in the summer, I posted a picture of a bald man on my community page and said this guy agreed to debate me. I think eventually he went and checked out my channel. So I think I got away with a couple emails with him where he hadn't really looked into me much, and then he went and checked it out. I realized I can't do this shit anymore. I used to pick my teeth, and now I'm
that
fucking
guy
live.
is a wussy and won't actually debate at all. He even agreed to a challenge with MC Toon where they would debate and the loser would delete their channel, but then chickened out from that.
Well, and this guy is legitimately kind of not all there, I would argue. Did somebody just ask to come in?
Well, let's face it. People keep going on about how, you shouldn't debate that flat earther. They've clearly got mental issues, blah, blah, blah. But come on, if you're a flat earther, you've got a fucking mental issue.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. This guy I would have debated. In fact, no, what it was like, listen, this guy was not, when I see the videos on his channel, he's not I kind of, you feel them out, right? I just didn't think it was going to be a debatable kind of guy. So I actually went for the approach of like, hey, I kind of wanted to have a sit down with you and just talk about how you got into flat Earth and, how it is, why it is you see things the way you see them. And I tried to take a fairly neutral approach, so it wasn't like, I want to debate you and attack your belief. I mean, I probably would have at the end once I got what I wanted out of him, but you know how it goes. But this we'll bring up a video because this guy is the one that I was gonna talk about. He's pretty crazy. Here, I just got to bring the actual image up on the screen here. Window capture. Boom. Boom.
Phil Mitchell.
Phil Mitchell. What?
Oh, sorry, that's a British soap joke. Anyone
is it?
from Britain would get that. Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, I'll just put it over here, over your beautiful faces for now. Actually, I guess the audience is going to want to see it anyways, so here, we can just do this for a minute.
Yeah, just cover your face up. That's much better. Well done.
That's where, there we go.
15.
Oh, turn this up.
29. That G abstain from meats offered to idols and from blood and from things strangled and from fornication.
I promise you this is Flat Earth. He is a Flat Earth. It's titled Flat Earth, even.
Wait, has he just told me to not eat meat and not have sex? Get the fuck.
Well, I think he was saying don't eat things that you fucked and strangled at the same time.
Well, then Gian Gomeshi is totally out.
Is that a normal occurrence? Am I doing things wrong?
Yeah. Is that why I can't seem to get steaks to come out right? Because I didn't penetrate them first? What the hell is he talking about?
Man, I am all over the frickin' place now. Oh, this is just not going well at all. That window shouldn't be up. Hey, everybody, can you see all my windows?
Yes, your amazing skills at streaming are...
Fucking Jesus Christ. See, it's because I need to go to studio mode so that when things like that happen, it doesn't display them.
Thought you were going to say school.
Well, you know what happened is if you drag a window... Okay, so if you stack windows, guys, if you guys know this. If you stack windows which I thought was a great idea, and I'm realizing it's not, because then when you go and drag a window away from one that you're displaying, it like totally changes what's displaying, because it like, that's why it shifted, because I dragged a window away and it was like, oh, okay, I'll just follow this window over here instead of the one you were actually on.
That's what happens using this caveman OBS software.
I've seen you freeze so many damn times.
Virtual desktop. Beaver, use the virtual desktop and put your meets window on the virtual one, and then it never changes on you, and then you can do your shit.
Which one are you talking about? The meets one or the virtual desktop?
Yeah, well, anything that you're doing a window capture of, put on a virtual desktop and put it in its own window, and then it never changes on you.
There you are. Damn it. I keep fucking losing track of everything. Okay, we're back, everybody. Here, I've got their window. Here it is, meets. This meets. Oh yeah, you got to close this window. Once you do that, cancel, close this window, and then you got to reopen it because it doesn't know the new. Ta-da! And then transition and turn the window on. Transition. There we go. See, and you're back.
Hey, look at that! You did it. All right.
See? We found them, guys. We found them in all my high IQ.
If you're a Gentile, becoming a Christian. Now, if you're a completed Jew, like you got.
Well, hey, what's going on with the top of this guy's head, Scott, is that he's got a later stage of what's going on the top of my head. he's got a more advanced situation going on. That's all. I'll get there. Don't worry.
The DNA of a Jew, and you became a Christian. That's different.
Wait, stop. Did he just say the DNA of a Jew?
Yes.
Am I to understand that Jewish people have different DNA to everybody else now?
Well, isn't that why Hitler wanted them gone?
I didn't realize reading Holy Scriptures could physically change your body's DNA.
No, they have the holy chromosome.
Oh, I'm glad that you said that just now, actually, because that's hilarious. Because Anana Snow said this. You guys know Anana Snow, right? That's
Unfortunately,
she's kind of sexy. I won't lie. I mean, she's crazy, but she's kind of sexy.
Sophia Aika.
Okay, so this is funny. She had this part where here I'm gonna bring this window over and I'm gonna show you guys this. This is funny. Window capture. Aika Sophia Laika. She says a lot of dumb shit. Okay. We're gonna bring this all in, all professional like this. Yeah, just like that. Sexy time. Okay, so so there's
why do I hear Bob Newhart crying out for her to be a patient right now?
She does these things right here before, because it's right there, so I don't want to lose the spot. But
Sophia
she does these like she chants or something, because she's a witch, remember, right? Yeah, she says anyways, right?
Omnimatter ergo logos inanna ya Sophia Aika. Omnimatter ergo logos inanna ya Sophia Aika.
And it made me laugh because yeah, but hold on. VLC player. It made me laugh because of you know what? It's easier just to bring it up on YouTube. That's what makes this is just easier. I'll just do you guys remember Zoolander, where he's introducing Jana Jovovich?
Yeah.
No. This chick would be better off just, going for the casting couch route, I think.
Yeah, this was one of those searches about Pornhub we were talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Here, listen.
I'd like you to meet Katinka Inga Borgovnina.
Exactly the same.
Well, that's what I mean. It's awesome. Like, we'll do them one after the other there. We'll have fun with it. Here we go.
Inanna ya Sophia Aika. Omnimatter ergo logos inanna ya Sophia Aika.
Derek, I'd like you to meet Katinka Inga Borgovnina.
I was gonna do that in one of my videos because I started doing a video on her. I didn't really end up doing it. I might still, but she says, because you said about DNA, being able to change your DNA, and so it's funny you mentioned that, because this video she talks about introns and extrons, and she claims, it's a pretty wild claim if you ask me,
Understand DNA. There are exon parts of the DNA that are focused on the physical aspects of who and what you are, and there are other elements called intron, and they are basically the DNA of your soul.
And that's where I went.
Okay, so
really.
Fuck me.
I'm not going to get my scientific information from her from now on. I see where I've been making mistakes.
Yeah, well, her and Jenny McCarthy, right? It's like, you know, there's a couple shots of Jenny McCarthy wearing glasses. That must make her super intelligent, but.
Well, that's how it works, right? When you put on glasses, you become smart. But if you actually put on like a lab coat, then you are officially a scientist. I mean, that's what our Sleeping Warrior and JM Truth seem to think, anyway.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, when you go into the cell, you got Kinesin moving stuff around. Like, she's envisioning little Kinesin running around on the DNA, hopping up to your brain to go, no, you're gonna feel this way, and holy crap, I mean, she is lost.
Yeah,
All
no,
I have to say here is, I have returned, by the way. All I have to say is, you know nothing, Inanna Snow.
Well, you love Inanna Snow. You and her go way back. At this point, I haven't done her before yet. Go ahead.
Well, Ugly German Truth just asked a question. If I know her chanting, she always does at the beginning of the video. I don't listen to what she says. There's no time.
Yeah, I don't. But okay, so introns and extrons. Now, I don't know about the audience, and I haven't even been looking at the stream health and everything, so I mean, maybe nobody's even watching. Oh my god, there's 130 of you here. What the fuck are you doing with your lives, people? What are you doing watching this terribly produced stream? I'm really happy you're here. Thank you. I really love that you guys are here to watch me and probably Fight the Flat Earth. There's a big ticket. I should have put that on the front. Featuring Fight the Flat Earth.
Oh, I'm no one. Don't be silly.
But for anybody who doesn't know, I don't know. Okay, like Fight, do you know anything about introns and extrons? I've done a bit of research on this, so I actually have a little bit of information on this.
Not really. I tend not to study DNA of the soul.
Okay, so yeah, but here's why she's saying that. Is okay. So this actually might work for you. You have been talking about doing a video or dealing with some New Earth creationists, I think.
Yeah, I've been speaking to a few young Earth creationists.
Oh, young Earth. Sorry. Okay, so here's the thing. When you hear them, these two lines, they go right, they wrap together. Okay. When you hear them talk about all of the DNA that geneticists threw in the garbage when they were basically, you know, like claiming that we had 90-something% similarity to monkeys and things like that. They claim that we took, you know, X many billion letters of DNA code, we just tossed them in the garbage because, you know, and so the only reason we have that much similarity is because we've thrown, wow, there's a million comments coming through here. You need to use a chat window, not a signed in session, or it will show all the moderatable, including stuff that needs deletion. Oh, that's a good point. I don't know how the fuck you do that. Aren't you always signed in, though? Because if I sign in out over here, it signs me out over there. I don't think it shows it as long as I don't click on it.
That was a train wrecker.
But anyways, okay, so with this DNA stuff Fight, what happens is they talk about all this code that they threw in the garbage. You're probably going to hear them talk about that. And how that's the only reason we have 90-something% similarity is because they threw all that away. Well, what they're talking about is that there's introns and extrons. Now, the exons and introns. Sorry, I'm getting them wrong a bit. The exons are actually physically coded. So when your DNA does this thing called transcoding, where it takes the letters that, like, all these different, like, you know, basically letters are like carbons and all that stuff that make up your DNA. It has to turn them into proteins, like usable proteins that make like cells and things like that, stuff your body uses. So there's literally a transcoding process, or a transcribing process, I think they call it, where they basically, the DNA has to like peel apart and like it has to throw a bunch of information in the garbage that doesn't matter. And so the intron she's talking about is all of the DNA that's non-coded DNA. So when your body's actually producing the proteins and things off of your DNA and doing what the DNA is telling it to do, it's doing it in a way where it's actually it's really quite complicated, and it's fun to learn about if anybody's actually got the time to look into it. It's I'm gonna bring up a little video here because I did look into this.
The Indie Sports Car Podcast says, Brainy Beaver, OMG, that's what you look like. Ah, you're one sexy bitch. No, he's the big guy. I'm not Brainy Beaver.
I'm guessing he's looking at Inanna.
I was looking at it. I was talking about Inanna.
They think you're the chick.
Things go over my head.
That's Inanna Snow. She's a witch. Watch out.
My phone.
She's something. Holy.
So here, I'm gonna type introns and exons because you'll see it's actually kind of there's lots of videos on it, but one of the ones I watched was pretty.
This is the most deep thought ever spurred on by one of her videos. I can tell you that much.
Well, I mean, it's you know what I like about these people? They give you something to talk about. You know, say what you will about them, right? But
very much, yeah.
But these people are. You know, they're pretty magical in that sense. Like, I never thought that they would be as entertaining as they are, but here we are, you know?
Idiots are endlessly entertaining.
I know, it's crazy, right? I always thought they made me angry, but now I just realized I was fascinated by them and I wanted to know more.
They're just incredible.
Inanna is always really angry, though.
Yeah.
She is a little bit. Okay,
she wants to fight Pindar with her sword or her.
Okay, so here we'll just here.
Yeah, that's what she does. She goes on. So she organizes these vegan festivals at Mount Shasta, right?
Yeah.
And then she waits for Pindar to show up, which is basically the god of the boss of the Illuminati or something.
She tells people to shut the fuck up during the thing.
Why do I see her and Rick Moranis standing at the top of a building as you described this?
Okay, so this is here. Take a look at this for a second.
On transcription. And just as a bit of a review, we touch on it on the video on replication, transcription, and translation. Transcription in everyday language just means to rewrite something or to rewrite some information in another form. And that's essentially what's happening here. Transcription is when we take the information encoded in a gene in DNA and encode essentially that same information in mRNA. So
this guy's got 5.1 million subscribers. I'm going to pause it there for a second so we don't get totally nailed. I'm gonna move forward a little bit, but yeah, so like, okay, no, maybe I won't because you missed shit.
Messenger.
So this is the process of turning DNA into mRNA.
And we're gonna, in this video, focus on genes that code for proteins. So this first step is the transcription, the DNA to messenger RNA, and then in a future video, we'll dig a little bit deeper in
blah 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 blah
protein coding tier. You go from DNA to what we would call
here
pre-mRNA. Let me write that down. Understand the different actors and understand if we're talking about a eukaryotic cell, what type of.
This is actually not the best one. There was another one. It's this one.
But I guarantee you the name.
No, not that one. Fuck. There's one where it's a little better. They peel into it where they show you the actual thing. No, that's the one right there.
Okay, so zoom in. Here's just to the definition I want to bring up.
Right here
is the definition of transcription.
No, but this is okay. This shows you the letters. This is a little bit better for what I was trying to tell you.
A DNA template to create a strand of RNA, and in this case, we're going to create messenger RNA. So the hydrogen bonds between the A's and T's and C's and G's. So on the exposed DNA is where we're going to watch.
This is going to explain how it throws some stuff away.
You might know if there's a DNA G, then through transcription, a C is going to be matched. If there's a DNA T, then an A will be matched. If there's a DNA A, then a U will be matched. If there's a DNA C, then a G will be matched. And so one by one, nucleotides are delivered to this RNA polymerase, and a chain of RNA begins to grow. All
right, we got a super chat. Good enough time to stop it and read the super chat. Okay, I'll be first to say that the Beaver is sporting a landing strip. I am. I'm also sporting a one-hitter right now, which is why I'm in blackout mode. So I'll be back in pretty description here in just a second. And by the way, John Rapp, thank you very much. $5 Australian. Australia, does that place even exist?
Not according to Flat Earthers now.
Well, it's really weird and mutilated and funny looking when you look at it on the flat Earth. I mean, the projection map.
You mean it's like bigger than every other country? It's like stretched right out.
Yeah. Whenever flat earthers show me a map, I just go one word: Australia. Just fucking Australia.
So bear.
I'll go one further. I mean, they do have an ice wall. That's Antarctica. What happened to that? No wonder
Stay beyond the ice wall. I saw a comedian say the other day he's talking about Australia. It's funny, but okay. So this is kind of dry, I get, guys. But right here, this is going to be the best example of what it's going to explain to you what they're talking about. Fight when they talk about throwing away genetic code when they're the geneticists and the newer young Earth creationists love this conversation.
The enzyme RNA polymerase moves on down and pries open even more A's, T's, C's, and G's. Now, what about the DNA at the back end? The DNA at the back end kind of rezips. And transcription will now proceed with the exposed DNA letters. So now we have a long chain of RNA being created. So the enzyme RNA polymerase moves on down, the DNA rezips, the RNA polymerase
because what's happening right here is your DNA is a helix, right? So what's happening is the DNA is literally unzipping and zipping back up as new information. So like this happens in your bodies all the time, in like every cell in your body. It's occurring right now.
Pries open the next group of A's, T's, C's, and G's, and transcription proceeds. Notice how transcription is actually building off of introns and exons. Both introns and exons are transcribed, and that's fairly important. So the
yes, Monk Mayfair, one hitter is legal in Canada, but it is not okay with YouTube. And actually, I guess I'm still not on my camera, so I can turn that back on. But yeah, YouTube's not cool.
Polymerase continues to move on down, and transcription proceeds. And as we are nearing the end of this transcription process, again, we have a growing chain of RNA, and in this case, we're building messenger RNA. But notice how the growing chain of RNA is actually a combination of information, instructions in red and blue, of introns and exons. Now, we're going to move the DNA away. Now we're going to focus our attention on the...
So this is the example of how your DNA turns into the actual information you're using. It has to transcribe into the information that your body then uses. But here's the process coming right here where it tosses all of that extra information in the garbage.
Hey,
you gotta go.
Brainy, really sorry. I have to go now to get ready for my stream. My guy has just turned up. So
yeah. Well, before you go, let me put your pretty face back on the screen. But hey, listen, if you get one of those guys talking about the DNA being tossed in the garbage, then come talk to me. We can talk about introns and exons a little bit, because that's what they're talking about. This is about to show you how it takes the red and just throws it in the garbage, basically. Or
all right.
blue.
Well,
blue.
Thanks for having me on, buddy, and congratulations on 3K. I'd go back to the face rig though. That's horrific.
Hey, and we're gonna. So wait, everybody, before he goes, 20,000 subscribers. Fight the Flat Earth, and you're having a big old 20-hour stream next Saturday, right?
Yeah, 20 hours, starting at 4 a.m. on Saturday morning UK time, finishing at midnight.
Sweet.
Yes.
So, and
that'll be fun.
I'll be waiting I'll be waiting for my invitation fight. I'll see you on that day.
All right. Speak to you later, guys.
See you later. Bye.
Later. Take it easy, Craig.
Get that ugly thing out of here. The competition's over. It's all pretty on Scott/Brainy's end over here. I'm a character, just so you people know. I can get behind this camera thing, You'll see me pick my nose. That's what the blackout's for. So I can be like.
Did your sound go off, by the way?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well, what sound? Well, no, there wasn't any music. Oh, the music hasn't been playing in a long time, if that's what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
But here, let's finish zipping up our DNA, people.
Before you I'll be leaving in about 5 minutes.
Where are all the other guests that were gonna come on? I'm missing people. Dead Kennedy, where are you?
Well, I also have to start my iPremiere in a few, so
You're having a premiere? You know what? We can all tune into your premiere. When is it? That'll be fun.
It's a 50-minute video.
A 50 fucking minute video?
15, with the teen. I don't speak the English so badly.
I'll copyright your content if you don't care. It's not like, listen, it's not like you and I both know it's not like somebody's gonna tune into Brainy Beaver's stream and zoom an hour and 20 minutes into it to find the 15 minutes of Radical's video. So you know what, you can't help it, we're gonna be there, we're gonna talk to the audience and everything. When is it? Is it in like 20 minutes or something, or?
It's in 10 minutes. I pushed it back 10 minutes.
10 minutes? You're such an animal. Well, you don't have to. Feel free to leave. I appreciate it. I can talk.
I can't push it back any further because Marvel Girl is gonna stream as well. So
no. I meant like you didn't have to push it back, is what I was saying. So.
I just wanted to hang out a bit. I also had to check the video at 2 speeds, like on the stream right now. So there's a little error in there that I walk on screen twice. So look for that.
Ooh, that'll be fun. I love errors. Okay, but yeah, so yeah, when you got to take off, you take off. Holy cow, you know your DNA stuff. I don't really know my DNA stuff so much as I just did the research that you need to do to kind of learn some DNA stuff. And I had like a 1 hour talk with one of my patrons that is a doctor, and that gave me a bit more information about some of it. So you kind of tie things together, and I mean, let's face it, he's the one explaining it on this video, isn't it? I'm not telling you shit. In fact, I was like, I don't know, I think it unzips and stuff, and then you put it together. Like, it's like, I didn't give you anything.
Well, that's kind of what you fill in the holes, you fill in the gaps, and then boom, dino DNA.
Boom, dino DNA. There you go, exactly. We just extract it from some amber, and away we go. Oh, we did use frog
leaning forward.
Spit all over the place.
Ian Malcolm leaning forward and being interested.
We did use DNA that was from frogs that like to change sexes.
Nice little built-in loophole.
Pants on today. No dick gazes live. For the record, everybody. There was John Rapp in the comments here. Casual Spaceman, you're more than welcome to come on. In fact, I was about to send you an invite. Don't get me wrong. Unirock he said he might swing by too. I guess I should send him an invite, or else that's going to be impossible.
That sometimes does help.
I'm starting to get too many windows open though, guys. It's getting really high IQ around here.
It's kind of like that go live button you had to press, right?
Which go? Oh yeah. Well, hey, listen, that wasn't working. No, I hit it like 5 fucking times. Remember, we confirmed that was not working right. Started accusing me.
Yeah, it's waiting for the stream to go live, and then you can click it. But
it was weird. For some reason in the classic, it was bucking me in the classic and telling me that there was a problem. Digital Demonic Davros, hey buddy. RNA is the beast that started it all. Okay, so Unirock, I wonder if I have a private message with him somewhere. I don't talk to him much, so it's way down my list probably. Who the fuck is that?
Ding dong.
Okay, I'm getting
it. Who the hell is that? Trick or treat.
Paste. Okay, I have to get to that window now. Too much high IQ, see? It's all over the place.
You just need.
Oh my god, it's a Lego! How's it going, bro?
It's a Lego man. Yeah, he doesn't talk to us because he has the speaker.
I'm fixing my audio. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right.
Oh my god.
Well, you got a very terrible YouTuber to replace me because I'm gonna step out in a few. And you gotta do a shout out for this guy, Team Skeptic. He's like a tiny YouTuber. He has like around 20 subscribers, I think.
Well, Radical, we have him on the shills later to see if we can't help him out and get him a few, right? That's what we're doing.
Well, I mean, he's like 9% Team Skeptic here, so we gotta make sure we try to boost him back up to 10.
Dick, is it okay if we just consider this my appearance on the Shields tonight so I can knock 2 birds out with 1 stone? I mean, you don't mind, do you?
Yeah, well, let's get the rest of the team in here and just take right over then.
That's right, just hand you the keys.
Hey, this is the first time that I've known a Dick to take a soft stance, so...
Well, thanks for... Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you coming by. Really quickly, Fohammer, $30. Thank you very much. Looking good, Sticky Boy. I'll still. Hey, listen. Just because you can see me now, it'll be easier. I won't have to edit that beaver face all over the thing the whole next time. I'll still cover myself something sticky. I don't care.
No, use the face, man. Use the face.
Guys,
no, I said I won't have to.
Jump out. I'm going to jump out now, and it was fun having being here until Team Skeptic showed up, of course. I mean, help the guy out. 20 subscribers, he needs more.
We gotta talk.
Hey, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, if everybody, we're gonna tune in.
Take it easy, Ragical.
Did everybody unsubscribe from me or something? Is that why I only have 20?
I think
maybe I misread the 20K. I'm not sure. Yeah. I don't know what the K stands for. But I'm gonna jump out. I really have to start the stream now. So bye bye.
Yeah. See you later, buddy.
Yeah. See, I can never win with Ragical. He always puts me down. He won't even acknowledge the K on my subscriber count. I come in, he's just like, he called me a minor YouTuber, I think, when I came in, something along those lines. Crazy,
YouTube changed
he's
things.
My hero.
He's
my hero, so.
It's a hard act to live up to, though. He's a tough one.
What have you been up to today? I know you got a busy schedule. Other than you got the shills like we talked about coming up, and you got so that Flat Earth conference is at the end of next week. Is that
no? It's about 2 or 3 weeks away.
Sorry, I heard you guys say Thursday, and I thought you were talking about this Thursday.
I think it's 19 days away. Let me look up the conference dates. I think it's on the 13th and 14th, I think.
If I wasn't broker than broke right now, I would absolutely come. But I'll have to try to wait till Flat Earth survives another year or two here, and they do another conference anyways. So.
Yeah. Again, I don't think they're gonna die completely. It's hard to kill something that's not alive to begin with. It's hard to kill an idea. And that's all the Flat Earth is really an idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that you'll always have the religious fundamentalists who will always say that everybody who goes up against them is just part of the devil's program to hide the true shape of the earth. Shit like that. I mean, there's a reason. There's always an ember that will always burn. That all it takes is a swift wind to turn it back into a raging fire.
Very good.
I lost.
Good way to say it.
I lost that video. There it is.
Yeah. All it takes is that deep-seated desire to believe in the conspiracies, and you get a bunch of them together, and wow, there you go, right?
Yeah, and you'll always have like a video that I'm covering upcoming. Somebody makes a comment in there, and they're like, when you meet someone who's not a flat earther, there's one of two reasons they're not a flat earther. Either they haven't truly looked into it, or they're a shill. So those are the only two possibilities. Okay, so picture this, right? Let's say that guy goes to his mom and says, "Mom, do you believe in the flat earth?" She says no. He says, "Okay, well then she's either someone who has not looked into it, or she's a shill. She's a paid shill." So he tells her, "Why don't you look into it, do your own research, blah, 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 whatever." Well, what if she comes back and says, "I still don't believe you"? Then is she either someone who hasn't researched it, or is she a shill? There is no in between those two. There's just there's no room for somebody who just has looked into it, but hasn't come to the conclusion that the earth is flat, with the evidence that they were able to obtain. So it's just, I don't know. It'll never die because of people like that.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I'm glad because, I just, like I said, I mean, I think my story's been told a million times. I mean, I started watching Simon Dan when he kind of took off like everybody else, and I'd been watching Sir Sick before that, really enjoying kind of watching a lot of woo challenging, and I didn't know there was so many other people. Of course, a lot of us kind of started all of a sudden like a big bang at the same time, but I didn't realize there were so many. Like the algorithm had never shown me you, Team Skeptic, which is a little bit weird. I'd been watching Simon Dan and Sir Sick and all that for a while at that point, and then you were already growing. I don't know why it didn't toss you at me, but
well, my videos are a bit more abrasive than the other people's, and they I just don't think that. Like, here's the thing that's weird about it. I never get yellow monetization symbols, okay? And for people who are non-YouTubers, the yellow monetization symbol is different than the grayed out monetization. So when someone says, "Oh, I got demonetized for this video," they're really most likely they didn't get demonetized. What they just got was put into a group of people that ads won't, or limited ads will run. So some ads will run, some won't. Well, there is nobody, like there is no one at Tide, for instance, that's watching every video going, yes, put it on this video. Yes, put it on that video. Yeah, nope, don't put it on that one. You know, it's never like that. It's always done by a computer, by an algorithm. So they listen to what we say. You can actually see this in the subtitles when you watch after something's been uploaded, let's say. And if you look on me when I say, "You're a fucking idiot," the subtitles read, "You're a," and then it pauses and says "idiot." Yeah. So it knows that I'm saying fucking. It knows that. It knows that's a word that the normal audience wouldn't want to see. Or it knows that that's a censorable word in its own algorithm, right? Mm-hmm. So that's where they start weighting your video. They say, okay, yeah, he cussed. He said fuck twice, ass 10 times. But that's it. It wasn't excessive. That was a 30-minute video. We're going to go ahead and let that one slide through. But it also weights it. So if you have another video, let's say a Simon Dan video where he doesn't cuss, well, it knows that that's more, it's more family friendly. It's more something that you can give to anybody, not just to people that are above the age of 18 or people that are 35 to 40 or anything like that. So that's why, you know, sometimes I'll get pushed and sometimes I won't. When I do a video that's a little bit nicer and more polite, guess what? I get more viewers. When I do something where I'm shitting on somebody, like when I did the last Cream Skeptic video, I have 20,000 subscribers. That video has like 13,000 views. Why?
Yeah. Yeah.
How is it that 7,000
algorithm punishment, man?
7,000 of my subscribers from the thumbnail alone decided they didn't want to watch that video? That's not how it works. They see the video, they click on it because they want to watch it. They're subscribed to you. That's how the shit works. So that means that video they didn't even dedicate the resources to push that video out to even my subscribers. Mm-hmm. So that's where, you know, YouTube can be frustrating. And I've had to, for every subscriber I have, I feel like I've had to work harder than the average YouTuber does. And it's not I'm not saying like work harder than what you do, Brandy, because I know when you start out small, of course, there was a time when I had a smaller channel, and it's way harder to get subscribers when you have a smaller channel. When you get larger, it's easier to get subscribers for sure. But
I know what you mean.
I'm just saying, when compared to the other people that have the subscribers that I have, I feel like I have to work against I have everything that they have against them, except for I have the algorithm on top of my shoulders as well, weighing me down, because I choose to call people idiots and I choose to say fuck a lot. And I'm not going to change either one of those two things.
It's the exact same for us with the shills, because we don't hold back. We let everybody just, you know, speak their mind and go. And we're constantly fighting to try to get the videos greenlit. And you know, we're winning the battle way over 50%, but you know, we're not going to pull back just because we want to chase it. We just fight to try, right? You know, it's you know, we're not going to change. Absolutely not.
Sorry, I might have missed that part because I was managing things here, but did you say that you get actually the gray demonetization?
No, I was explaining that there was 3 different types. Yeah. There's gray, yellow, and green. Green means that, and the thing is green doesn't mean what you think it means. So green, yes, you will have all ads will be considered playable on your video.
You're still pigeonholed.
They still weight it by how many people they think are going to stick around in your video.
Advertisers will specifically say, okay, we don't want to be on anything where there's swearing. So you might be green lit, but you're not going to get their advertisement, not a chance. So you still get a more limited pool.
But they have been talking about lately, they've been doing a lot more initiative to try to grow. Like they've been trying
No,
to target the different people and say, listen, this might be who you want to be on though, because you're a little edgier content.
Yeah, they're trying to get more advertisers for the yellow videos, which is a good idea because there's edgier people that would want that.
And
right,
that would
Skeptic?
get more. That would get more for the green ones too. The people that have been cornered in the green though too. That would help them. As well.
Exactly.
Yeah,
what I would call the low greens.
Yeah, it's a tricky situation. You know, they don't. They have to. Okay, so here's the thing. I mean, you like when you listen to or when you watch TV, for instance, right? You don't associate the program that's being played on TV with the commercials that are being run. On YouTube, they treat it totally different. They say, I don't want to be associated with, let's say, an atheist channel doesn't want Christian ads being run on their channel, right? I mean, even Christian ads don't want to pay for ads being run on atheist channel. You know, that's just the way it works, because on YouTube there's more of a personalization between the viewer and the video that's being viewed than it is on TV. On TV, you really don't have a choice. You have a limited choice. I mean, you do have a limited choice on YouTube, but you can still, on YouTube, you can go watch videos from a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. On TV, you can't do that. You're limited to what the provider is, the options the provider gives you. So I don't like how YouTube has decided to tie the advertiser with the video. You know, I think that they're doing it right, but I think they're like, okay, I think it's a good idea, but I think the way they're implementing it through the algorithm is a bad idea. Because that's when you end up getting people like myself being pushed down because you don't, they say, oh, he used the word fuck 10 times in his video. Well, that's just, no, these advertisers were not going to bother pushing, you know, Lego or Disney or anything like that on his channel.
I'll be one sec, guys. Sorry. Be right back.
That can benefit you a little bit. I mean, I've had, of course, you've seen it where your CPM just shoots up sometimes randomly, right? Like, and then you wonder, like, how did that even go that high? It's almost like one time it jumped to like 20 something per milli, which means you're getting like 20 something dollars per thousand, and that's crazy. Yeah. But I made like $3 because I only got like X many monetizable views. But I mean, it was like I'd only get $3 on an entire video, and it was like this 500 views got me $3.
Here's the other thing. I just found out that you can place ads in your fucking video. I had no idea you could place ads. So I see how some of these people are making money through advertisements because I just go with whatever's default.
But you can't now. They're taking that back away, and they're actually making it so the AI automatically places the ads now.
Oh.
Yeah. So it chooses dead points, like where
something that I don't like. That's something I personally don't like, because I don't want the people that watch my videos to have to continuously watch ads. I hate that.
I think you can tell it not to place midstream. I think you can tell it not to place midstream ads, but I think if you tell it that you want midstream ads, it's going to automatically choose the spot. The AI picks a spot where it hears a little bit of a pause, a deadness, a scene shift, and that's where it places it, which sometimes can fuck up a joke.
Yeah, so that's one thing that this is where I feel for the viewer, right? So the other day, I don't have a lot of money either, so my YouTube Premium had lapsed, and it was fine. You know, I can watch ads like the rest of the plebes out there. I don't have ad blockers or anything like that. I want people to get paid. Yeah. So I go and I watch this guy's video, and I like playing Madden on the side. So I'm going to watch this Madden video. It's like maybe 18 minutes long. There's 4 commercials in it. 4 commercials.
That's excessive.
I about flip shit, Brainy. I didn't want to be there anymore. I didn't even want to watch his video. Yeah, exactly. Commercials. Play a few minutes commercial.
Oh God, there's a couple. Some of them are just like this. Like you're like, it was by the time you hit the 5th commercial, you're like, I'm out. Just get me out.
Yeah, no, exactly. I am. That's exactly how I feel. I'm like, yeah, I can't do this, man. So, but then when I see it, I'm like, I really, really, really hope my videos aren't doing that to people. Like, I really hope you guys aren't having to sit through 4 fucking commercials on a 10-minute.
I think you can click. I think you get to choose if you want midstream ads or not. But one thing that I clicked on that. I found that other people had on, and I was like, I guess I'll turn it on because it does give you a little bit more money. Like if somebody gets a non-skippable ad, if it's 20 or 30 seconds long, you get a little bit more because it kind of forces them to watch the ad, and it doesn't do it to them.
I don't want to do that to people.
Well,
I wouldn't do that to people.
That's fair. I clicked it just to see what it would do, but then I've had the odd person. Most people have said they don't mind it, but I've had the odd person tell me that it lined them up for an hour-long non-skippable ad. I'm like, are you serious?
Oh.
They're like, I just hit They're like, I hit refresh. Absolutely. And I'm like, as you should have.
Yeah, absolutely. I was stuck in this with Planner Walk. On Planner Walk's last video, there was I think it was like a 13 or 14 minute fucking unskippable ad, and I was like, you're kidding me. I'm not watching this ad for 15 minutes just to get to the video that I want to watch. That's fucking exciting. That's a whole nother video you're going to make me watch to see this. I ended up refreshing to get it back up, but at the same time, like, YouTube needs to do something about that. Fight the Flat Earth said there was a 3-hour ad one time that was on my video. He was like, a 3-hour ad.
Meanwhile,
wow.
I did that whole that little commercial I did for season 2 of Brainy Beaver. I paid them. I tried to pay them $50 out of my wallet to just advertise that as an advertising. It sat there for 2-3 weeks until the period I told it to advertise over was gone, and I was just like, well, fuck it. Then you can just let it disappear. You don't need my money. They didn't even push it out. They didn't even get around to actually putting it on the advertising docket. That's so crazy.
Yeah. I tried that I tried that when I first started to.
Well, you can create a bit of awareness. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what exactly it was that I had done. I may have just put my first video out as an ad, and it took them 3-4 hours maybe to come back and say, nope, not playing your ad anywhere.
Why? Just because because it was actually a video. I see. Yeah, because it was video.
because of the vulgarity.
See, but I didn't have any vulgarity in it because I edited it to make sure that there's only one spot where you say, man, if you did that, you'd be, I think you say you'd be like, and you might say effing under your breath, but I've watched it like 5 times. I'm like, well, I can't make it out. So, but I mean, Jesus, they didn't even come back to me with an answer. It just sat there for like 2 weeks sitting like not approved yet. And I'm like, I've literally tried to open my wallet and pay you money to throw this out to people, and they didn't even.
But that's how it was. That's how it was with my business too. I mean, when we submitted an ad roll campaign through AdSense, they took up like 2 weeks to get the ads going.
That's crazy. What does it take them to look at the thing and hit a button? You know that's what all it is.
Well, they have to determine a lot of things. I can understand that part. When you're paying somebody to do advertising and they take a little bit longer to make sure things are perfect, yeah, I can understand that. But
I guess, but when I do advertising for my business on Google, it's immediate. The video, okay, fair enough, but I would think as long as you checked it to make sure it was not in violation of anything naughty and YouTube-y, kind of thing, then what would be the problem?
Okay, so Phil Blocka says that it's November 14th and 15th. So I have about 21 days, 3 weeks to get everything put together.
If everybody doesn't know, everybody here in the community is poor, but Team Skeptic's raising some money for, I want to mention this because I can't donate to it. So if I can help by letting everybody who hasn't seen, Team Skeptic is raising a bit of money. I think you have some Streamlab links and stuff maybe in your last video. Where people could donate a bit for the Flat Earth Conference.
I'll put it in the chat, but honestly, this is just to help. Alleviate some of the costs that are going to go into having to deal with the nonsense. But in return, we are going to be doing, videos and everything like that from there. So there will be stuff that comes back in return from that, but. Honestly, if you guys, it's only really for people that can afford to help. It's not like I'm like struggling for food or anything like that. It's simply.
Sorry, I hope I didn't make that. Yeah, I hope I didn't make that come across that it was for him. No, it was for these doing the Flat Earth Conference thing, and they're trying to raise some money to entertain us, frankly. And you know, I know I'll be tuning in to watch that and see who you've been talking to. So I look forward to seeing that. And so yeah, like if anybody can, and it's always the same: super chats, donations, all of that stuff. It's always the same. It's if you can. You know what? The fact that you guys show up, you're watching right now. That is everything. If you can hit the like button too, that really helps. But beyond that, donations are always if you can afford to. You know, that's why I was cutting words out on that donation to you, Team Skeptic, because I can spare $2. I just won't have a coffee today. But you know, five. I didn't want to put down $5, so I was like, you know, so I was like, well, I just sliced a couple words out there, butchered my sentence up a little bit for you, and dropped the $2 because I wanted to donate $2. So it's the same thing. If I didn't, you know, if I couldn't do it, I wouldn't, and I don't expect anybody else to either. And I think that.
You see that? No, you see that, guys. We're gonna be fine. MC Toon says don't worry, everybody. I'll feed Team Skeptic some Taco Bell.
Get some meat tube.
No, we're not eating anything that comes out of a meat tube, Toon. While you're in town, we'll stick strictly to real food, like McDonald's and shit.
Here, I'll show you something. I made a thumbnail, and so before I actually found out from my wife that this is the anniversary of the Dingo Got My Baby situation, I guess, like 38 years ago or something like that. So I guess this is kind of ill-timed. So I probably won't use it till next week or maybe the week after because of that.
Wait, it's the 38th anniversary of what?
That Dingo Got My Baby thing. You know, the whole like, Dingo got my baby. Dingo's got my baby.
The dingo got my baby.
Yeah, the dingo got the baby thing. So the thing is, I'll show you what I made as a thumbnail, and you'll understand where I'm going with this. Because he's seen it. He's laughing because he's seen it.
Yeah. I got back just at the right time here. Perfect.
I'm gonna have to get off here in a second,
Brandon, of course,
because I need to prepare for some dick.
No, I really appreciate. I know Dick's gonna have to go right away too. So here, I was just gonna show you this thumbnail, and then yeah, absolutely, I appreciate you coming by and here. You'll like it. Here, let me get it on the screen. Apparently it's huge, so I got to miniaturize it. I'm also in. You guys aren't seeing it yet because I'm in studio, so you're not gonna. That way we don't. Oh man, I didn't know you could grab windows in OBS and drag them around. Now I do.
Oh yeah.
Well, like the windows on the bottom. I mean, the windows at the top, obviously, but I didn't know you could move all of the different things on the bottom. All right, here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
There. It's a new series. A new time slot I've been running every once. I'm starting to hit every once in a while. Is I did Breakfast with Britain, and this is Dinner with Australia.
Can I be honest with you, man? I don't see anything wrong with you releasing that at any point in time.
See, I personally think it's hilarious because it's been 38 years. If you can't get over something after that long.
You can't let that dictate how you do your shit. I would go ahead and release that, no problem. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I find it absolutely fucking hilarious.
Funny.
I love it. I had to see, like, that's actually, and there's a lot of photoshopping in that because that's actually a lush green background that didn't match Australia, so I had to change the color of the background to give it more of an Australia feel, and I inserted the tent. That kid is hanging on some sort of baby support structure where you just place your child in on the wall and mommy gets to keep doing work while the baby just hangs out with toys in its hand, I guess. So I just kind of took him off there and hung him from his little strap at the back out of the...
That's dangerous.
Anyways, I didn't like the idea either. When I saw it, I thought, oh, geez, if that thing rips.
It reminds me of the times when, like, people would put their kids in cages and hang them out the window.
That's a really weird. I got to drop down to 0 subscribers.
You call that the Michael Jackson?
Hey, quick question.
No. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
Dick, hold on. Let me show. Oh, wow. This was like in the 1920s.
When you're doing your streams, do you ever see your in your analytics during the live stream? Do you ever see your viewership drop to nothing and then pop back up? Does that mean I had a stop in my internet or something?
No.
Maybe it's just a glitch in the analytics.
All right.
We've been
well, I
getting
can't really share. Oh yeah, I can. I guess. Let me see.
Well, here I can move some stuff.
Let me find a. Oh yeah, here's a good one right here. This is like the shit they used to do, guys. These are baby cages.
Oh my God! Yes, baby cages. Sorry, I didn't hear you right. Yes, show them, please. It's amazing.
Hold on, let me get to the.
They told people that babies needed fresh air.
Holy fuck! You're like talking about real stuff. You're not shitting.
No,
right?
no, no. He's not kidding at all. This is a thing that you purchase. Somebody'd come and install it, and you'll see. I don't want to say too much, because this is amazing. You'll love it.
I'm
Let me
sharing.
make you bigger. Yeah, it's all good. I'm gonna make it bigger. Put you right on top here too. Right there. Baby cages, everybody. This is a thing that used to happen.
We used to think that was safe, guys.
For the love of God. Holy. Was that invented in like Germany a long time ago when it wasn't a good place to be?
Wait. Go back to the babies hanging on the go back to the babies hanging on the line. What is that thing?
Look at that one. You're wearing it's in case of a gas attack.
Oh.
You could put them out the window of the car like an A&W meal from back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Wow.
The kids smoking. But baby cages, they were real, and they would install them like way up buildings too. Like there's pictures, pictures of high rises with baby cages all up the side of the building.
I mean, look at this. Look
how high they are. Baby's like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh my god, that kid has no idea how close to death it is.
That child looks terrified. Look at
I'm not about to die. No, I'm not. This cage is protecting me. My mom has obviously checked it to make sure that all the parts are right and it's totally okay.
And accidents never happen, right? Like, Jesus.
Holy.
That child does look legitimately terrified.
Could you imagine like a baby just falling out of the sky and being like, oh, yeah, she must have bought Johnson & Johnson's baby cage. We all know those are faulty.
Recall for baby cage. We've only had 15 deaths this week. It's crazy.
Oh my god.
I'm glad you brought that up. That's fun. But I think both of you guys probably have to take off right away here. I'm not trying to chase you away. Stay as long as you like, but
no, there's a little private chat room in the back, and they're telling me to go and get ready now, so I better do that.
Yeah, and I got to get some food before I go on their show. I just actually walked in the door and was like, "Oh fuck, I need to go make an appearance real quick," because you know Brainy won't get any subscribers if I don't. So
I know I need the dream team support. I need the support from all
the charity job you were talking about earlier. Now I get it. Okay.
Yeah, he's got this person he needs to help out. He's really down and out.
That was
all right, guys. Well, hey, Brainy, congratulations, man.
Yeah,
I think I can only say from experience that going on camera is a great idea. Looking at you, I'm not sure that you're going to have the same success as I have.
Oh yeah, and that reminds me. Before you go, actually, I have to read the super chat because you were involved in it. Detonation said, "Here's $2. You don't look like a nad bag like TS." He said, "Love you, TS."
Hold on. I'm writing down my Christmas list. We're putting names on Christmas list. What's his name again?
It's Detonation, like detonation, perfectly spelled.
Okay, so yeah, somebody will. Okay, declination.
My people will talk to you shortly.
Yeah, you will get one of two Christmas cards this year. One that is invisible, or one that you should never open. Okay, because if you get the invisible Christmas card, you know what that means. But if you do receive a Christmas card from me this year, if you receive one that's not invisible, it's probably going to have a lot of human bodily fluids on the inside.
That's funny.
But yes, thank you very much. Yeah, Brainy, it's a good deal that you're going on camera. I think it'll work for you, man.
Perfect. Yeah, I appreciate it.
And you're frustrating, man. Just don't let YouTube frustrate you. That's all I can say right now.
No, that's fair. I mean, YouTube is a bit frustrating at times. I can see what you're talking about for sure.
It's about your enthusiasm, man. If people really, I sat down and I was hanging out with a friend of mine before I came on here, and that's what made me so late. And him and I were talking about, what I'm doing on YouTube, because he's a friend of mine in real life. I don't really talk about YouTube to anybody in real life. I just kind of keep that separate. But him and I were talking, and he was like, yeah, this guy in our fantasy football league, he wants to do live streaming too. And I was like, oh, okay. And he goes, but he's just not exciting enough. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. That's your typical YouTuber right there. Probably has a great opinion, probably has great information, but it's just really not exciting enough, really not fun enough to watch. So the one thing I can always suggest is always make it entertaining, always be an entertainer and take the joke for what it is. It's just a joke. Allow people to make fun of you, and the other people will respect you more for, you know, being the bigger man and taking it in stride. Trust me, I do it all the time, as with Declan and his joke about me being a ghost or skinny or turning sideways and Light not interacting with me. All that shit is funny to me.
I've hashtag meth skeptic you a couple times, so I'm in the group.
Meth skeptic, wow. That's a bit overboard, but no, I see again. Just take it in stride.
Yeah, exactly. No, I love taking jokes, so it's all good.
Yeah, man, you have a good rest of your show, and I will catch you in the next one, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Have a good night, man. Thanks for coming.
All right, man. You too. Later.
See ya. I didn't realize that Dick had already taken right off. I guess I didn't actually pay enough attention to the fact that he was leaving. So I'm all alone with you people, and I've got multiple windows up. Hello. Okay, so here's Casual Spaceman. Boom, buddy. You're coming in. Kazi Spaceman. Watch this. Team Skeptic lost. I'll watch the analytics, or left. I'll watch the analytics just plummet. It'll just be right to the ground. Let's see. Come on, prove me right. Average watch time 16 minutes. Come on, people. Just kidding. I did send Casual Spaceman an invite. If he wants to come in, he can pop in. We never did check out Radical's video, which is probably long over now. What else is there to look at here? We never did finish, if anybody was actually watching, the explanation for this garbage, so why don't we finish that real quick if anybody's interested in DNA while that finishes, and I'll read some comments in the chat. That is not working properly. Oh no, that is. Okay, there's a million things above it now. Come on, there we go. Boom. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Just finished explaining about that thrown away DNA.
Created. Now that's not final messenger RNA. This is what is called pre-mRNA because of the red introns and the blue exons. We have to process this RNA, this pre-mRNA, before it is reached the final mRNA. And so now we're getting into what introns are. Introns are sections of RNA that do not code for a protein. Therefore, exons are the sections of RNA which will code for a protein. These are sections of RNA that will become expressed and translated into a protein. Introns, in red, are eventually going to be removed from that strand of pre-mRNA.
Super funny and sarcastic as hell. I like being sarcastic. I probably had one of those childhoods where I got teased a lot. ADHD, you know, do what you do. But you got to learn to be able to let shit roll off your back, or else you're just never going to survive. Now, one thing I'm not very good at is listening to stupid people, which is just me, I guess. So I like in personal interactions, if I'm dealing with somebody and I'm really having a hard time getting through to them, I start running out of patience really quickly, which is something I kind of need to work on a little bit. Like, not to the point where I like berate them or anything. Well, when I was younger, that might have been a little worse. It's maturity, right? Whatever maturity we can get out of ourselves. Where's Radical? Shouldn't he be here as well? He was here, Dan. You're late. You're late to the party, bro. In fact, we had Radical, Dick. We had Fight the Flat Earth. Everybody's come and gone. It's been a rotating door of sorts. And I did have Casual Spaceman who was going to join, but he's now not really paying enough attention, it looks like. Let's see if there's anybody else who wants to jump in for a few minutes before we finish up our stream and stuff, and see if we can get a few other people say hi in here maybe. I don't know what everybody's doing. They might even be streaming themselves. I have no idea. Robert's talking to me. Are you asking to come in, Robert? Plug that? Oh, plug that. Yeah, I don't care. So there's a new channel called Going Critical, and it is called Going Critical. First episode's tomorrow. I can bring up an image. Going Critical, everybody. You get to look at Robert Legier's
Robert,
and
as you give
Jim
the movement
Bojo.
instructions, there's 5.
There's sexy faces with loud music in the background. It wasn't.
No,
loud,
it's going to
that
take
was
about 15 to 20 seconds to get all the way down the line to him, and then him to...
You know, I never saw his pretty face before. It's got those aviators. Hold on. Got some fucking sunglasses around here, boy. I don't have any shitty sunglasses. I just have real sunglasses. I can look really good. Oakley's I can't afford to buy if I broke them right now. I had money when I purchased these. Now they just sit on the counter and I pray I don't break them. I use them. They're driving glasses, let's face it. Look at that number drop. 88. Everybody's got to go watch other shows now. Get out of here. I don't want you here anyways. I'm joking. I love you all. Recumbent DNA RNA, I think, is that what he's talking about? Well, he's talking about transcribing. So I can put it back on here. 1 second. I don't know how this keeps getting out. I'm gonna delete the extra window. But yeah, okay. So Going Critical, everybody. Before I get off of that, it's a new platform, new show, spelt exactly how you see it there. Not platform. I'm just saying words now. Anyways, trying to find her again. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Did I end up switching the window? Oh, I see. I've still got Meets open. I don't even need that open. Close that, because we're going to shut her down pretty soon. Nobody's gotten back to me there other than Robert Legier saying he fucking loves me. I love you too, bro. And I guess I sent a Meet invitation out to a bunch of shit that nobody has now. So let's just finish with Ivana Tinkle here, whatever her name is. Was it Ivana Humpalot in Austin Powers? Was that the one? The truth about DNA. There you are. Found you. There it is. Okay, so let's... Oh, that's not the fucking one we were watching. What am I thinking? She was down at the bottom. I am so terrible. I guess I've been smoking stuff that I don't own. So, somebody say something. Ask me a question. Ask me anything. This is an AMA all of a sudden. A... M. A. Again. So I'm a legend. I don't know if I'm a legend. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, as soon as all the popular people left, I went from 140 to 88. I'm a footnote. You, Radical, and Sir Sick are my 3 favorite channels. I honestly spend many hours a day watching you guys. You're doing a great job. Well, thank you, Dan. I really appreciate that. I can't believe I was put in the same category as Sir Sick. On that note, I've been trying to get Sir Sick on here for just a hangout. He's a bit elusive to get a hold of. He doesn't like to... he just doesn't like to go on other people's streams typically. He's a little shy. It's not like a maliceful thing. He's a really friendly guy actually. He's probably one of the nicest guys you'll ever talk to, but he's busy and he doesn't jump at the opportunity to be on other people's streams. So you've got to kind of corner him and kind of coax him a little bit to try to get him on there. So it's a little bit more difficult. I have been talking to him on Discord. No, Discord. Twitter. I've been DMing with him on Twitter, and he's talking about coming on. So we're working on that. One thing, if you haven't seen, if you go back in my catalog a little bit, there's the Way Off. I've got one post in there that's a Way Off Topic radio post, and it's with Sir Sick, and that's where I think it's a straight like hour and a half, 2 hours hangout with me, Frank from the Indie Sports Card podcast. I get that wrong every time. He's got too many words in his name. I hate that. But yeah, so it's a nice long podcast. There's no video, but it's all audio, so I mean you can listen to it, and we just shoot the shit. On that note, actually, there is a second channel that I'm working on with somebody else right now, which is a podcast. It's Way Off Topic. What do you want to call it? Way Off Topic Radio Live, I guess. It's a podcast thing. He had to leave the radio in it for some reason. He'll watch this later and then he'll give me shit, send me a message and be like, man. Yeah, no. So it's a podcast, Way Off Topic Radio Live, and we're gonna be starting to broadcast it on a different channel, so we won't muddy up this channel and everything. But when we do a podcast, especially with the face reveal and everything, he displays himself on his side, I display myself on my side, and we're gonna probably try to put it on YouTube, and then that way it'll be its own podcast channel on YouTube, as well as he's gonna operate the actual sending to a podcast. So if you are somebody who listens to podcasts, it'll be on YouTube and it'll actually be podcasted. So that'll be something that you can listen to while you're at work. And the Way Off Topic Radio is a lot of fun, to be honest with you, because we don't record them as much as we should because people are busy a lot. But when we do record them, it is a lot of just us shooting the shit. The reason it's called Way Off Topic Radio is that we are really just way off topic and just talking about whatever we want to talk about, right? We get into a lot of mucking around. I don't know if anybody tuned in. My mouse just died. Plug that in. I don't know if anybody tuned in for my Breakfast with Britain stream or popped in later to see it. But if you want an idea of what we do, I'll give you one in 2 seconds. So just hang around for just a minute and I'll give you a little bit of an idea. Because Frank popped into my stream there and we started just shooting the shit. And really, it kind of turned into a Way Off Topic Radio because we just start talking about whatever, right? So that's how it goes down. I think a collab with Sir Sick would actually be the tits. Yeah, well, I think a collab with Sir Sick would be the tits too. Getting him even just to hang out on a stream is kind of a feat of its own. So, I've got a debate coming up. I do have a debate coming up. It's with Mr. Vlad. I did a video on him just the other day as well, actually. So he's that video down. Flat Earth doesn't know down, or I can't remember what else I named it. It was down was on the thumbnail anyways. So that's that one. That's Vlad. Vlad's not very smart, but he thinks he is. He also challenged me to a fist fight. I don't know if anybody saw that in the comments, but that was interesting. A fist fight, I said, eh? So, who gets to judge this? And besides, retard strength is... Oh, that's a bad word. I keep trying to not use that word, okay? I'm really trying to isolate that word from my vocabulary. It's not a friendly word. I don't even feel right saying it. It comes out and I go, try to catches it, slips off the tongue. You fucking come here. But it's gone now. Yellow dollar symbol. So I am doing nothing. Let's finish. Okay, so let's get some direction here. We were talking about introns, and that's on this right here. That's on... No. See, this is so much high IQ. It's crazy, guys. I think I deleted that window. I think I deleted that window. Introns and extrons. There we go. So let's finish this.
And the blue exons are going to be spliced together into one long chain, and when this process is finished, we're going to just call that chain mature mRNA. The red introns that are removed are eventually just broken down and the nucleotides are recycled for use later on in the cell. Okay, so now we're going to process this pre-mRNA, and it begins by removing the introns in red. There are proteins that come along and remove these introns in red, and now the ones in the middle of the RNA kind of fold and eventually are spliced out. And notice what happened is the blue exons were all joined together into a long chain. This is the mature mRNA. And now that the mature mRNA has been created, the mature mRNA will move to a ribosome where the information, the instructions, will be translated into a protein.
So that's essentially what's happening, and it's where I might as well let that part finish.
So here's a ribosome, and here comes the mature mRNA that was just created, and now the process of translation will occur at a ribosome, the process of making a protein. And so AUG, you might know, is a codon that starts this process, and tRNA delivers an amino acid called methionine. The ribosome moves down to the next codon. GCU is the codon for the delivery of alanine.
Okay, Nathan Oakley.
Moves down.
Oh my God, that would be that would be an experiment in patience, boy. Getting Nathan Oakley on any conversation, wouldn't it? That's you've been missing me. This is actually where this patch came from. It's from me going like this the whole time, just going. I rubbed it right raw. I actually blame the flat earthers for all this hair loss. So that's the truth of the matter.
Down to the next codon, UUU, is the codon for the delivery of phenylalanine. And one by one, the ribosome reads codons and transfer RNA delivers amino acids. Well, now we get to this codon UGA, and that's a stop codon, and that stops this process of translation. The ribosome actually breaks apart, and that mature mRNA is eventually broken down and degraded and can all be recycled. And so now we have a protein that's been created. But
Oakley can't hold a conversation. Hey, McToon, do you want to come in here for a minute? We're going to be shutting her down pretty soon, so it's not like it would be very long. I have to get going by the hour. So, I mean, I'm not going to be running this too much longer. But if you did want to come in for a couple minutes and have a quick conversation, also if you're busy, whatever. It's not a big deal. I was just, this is like a party. I actually should have got some balloons. I want to be like, that'd be fun. But then my wife was like, you probably go to the store and get a confetti popper. I'm like, that is a disgusting mess. Just all on the keyboard. What a mess. Yeah, so that's fun. So this is the Breakfast with Britain. It's Frank, our guest. And we actually ended up, yeah, you're gonna love this. Here we go. I'm just gonna copy it right to that window. We're just gonna take this over because we're done with the RNA stuff.
Right on, digital demonic dabber.
And what did he say? Just DM you a copy of Riley's thesis.
I am adorable. Good God, y'all. That.
So I made him into a pretty lady.
I would charge at least $2,000 an hour. Yep.
Okay, hold on. I'll show you the trick here. Now the real trick here, guys, is that what you do is you turn him off for a second, and you want to come in here, okay? A slightly less pixelated version would work a little better, but here, we're going to work with this, okay? So what you want to do is you want to come in here.
I have some great tits. And
you wanna...
finally, my stomach is flat.
Oh, shit, wrong.
For the first time in my life, my stomach is flat.
Now, what you're not seeing here is what I'm doing is I'm erasing where the hair is.
It definitely is not Rihanna. You're absolutely right, Matthias. Thank you, Nana, or N-A, or
what?
Not. What else is 2,000?
Can't see anything. Oh my God! I shrunk the wrong window. Okay, I'm trying to turn this off, people, and I've got the wrong window. Bang. Okay, we're back. We're back into civilized world. And wonder if we should watch one more thing and then call her. I did. Wait, Toon, did you get back to me? What are you doing here? Did you? Thanks. Pretty busy. Yeah. Okay. No, it's. I get it. Multi Tom Tom's in here. McToon, prove it without using pseudoscience. Multi Tom Tom. Hold on. Wait. We did this the last time too. Okay. Multi Tom Tom. We're gonna have some fun, buddy. Somebody. Okay, hold on. I gotta get him right out of the chat. Where is he? There he is. Yes, stop the madness. There he is. Multi Tom Tom. Keep grabbing the wrong damn windows though. Boom. Okay, this is the last thing we're gonna do. We're gonna make fun of Multi Tom Tom. Bum, bum, bum. Hey, what do you got on your channel here, Malty? Let's see. Okay, sun and moon are plasma. Let's do it. The sun and moon are plasma.
The sun and the moon are made of plasma. So, what...
I will give you that the sun is made of plasma. Pretty much.
Is plasma.
Sized it wrong.
According to the OxfordLearnersDictionaries.com, and is present in
oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, hold on. I forgot. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. There we go. This will be better.
ThoughtCode.com, the article entitled Plasma Definition in Chemistry and Physics. What you need to know about the fourth state of matter. And has a picture.
Hey, Tom, I have to accelerate you by 1.75 times just to make you bearable to listen to. Do you realize that? Come on, buddy.
Of a global. And the article is by Anne-Marie Helmenstein, PhD, so I'm sure she knows what she's talking about.
You know who else used to act like this? It was Shatner. Spock, beam me up.
Plasma definition. Plasma is a state of matter where the gas phase is energized until atomic electrons are no longer associated with any particular atomic nucleus. Plasmas are made up of positively charged ions and...
Okay, so far you've told us nothing. So get to the point where you prove...
Erwin Langmuir. Plasma is considered one of the four fundamental states of matter, along with solids, liquids, and gases.
Okay.
While the other three states of matter are commonly encountered in daily life, plasma is relatively rare. Examples of plasma. The plasma ball toy is a typical example of plasma and how it behaves. Plasma is also found in neon lights. Plasma displays are welding torches and Tesla coils. Natural examples of plasma include lightning the aurora, the ionosphere, St. Elmo's fire, and electrical sparks.
Now, do you want to know something familiar about all of those items that had plasma, Tom? Oh, but just, I don't know what was said there. I wonder if this is the one that I'm pulling the content out of. I'm not sure what was said there. Wait, if I do it off this one, could I see it without you seeing it? I'm out. I don't like free publicity. Oh, we don't need to like hide comments that aren't hateful or... You know what I mean? Let's just... It's the same thing as long as it's not like... You guys use your best, judgment, but as long as it's not like... the word YouTube probably could get deleted. That's fair. I'm fine with that. Porn. Yep. We said the word, but I just don't see why you're pointing it, or unless it was a comment to something. Anyways, you get what I'm saying. Just try to use, your be fair with the with that stuff. Hey, why is he running away? Come on, Malty, don't go, buddy. We got to talk about this. Come on. Tell me.
Not often seen on Earth. Plasma is the most abundant.
Because one of the things I noticed is that all of those sources of where plasma are found, they emit a lot of light. It's interesting. I find it hard to believe that the sun would be the same thing,
Abundant form of matter in the universe, excluding perhaps dark matter. The stars, interior of the sun, solar wind, and solar corona consist of fully ionized plasma.
Solar wind made of plasma? It's fair. I actually didn't know that.
The interstellar medium and intergalactic medium also contains plasma.
When they say contains plasma, like we're not talking a large amount, I'm sure.
Properties of plasma, in a sense, plasma is like a gas in that it assumes the shape and volume.
Okay, but still don't understand how.
The charged particles also mean plasma may be shaped or contained by electrical and magnetic fields. The sun has a higher concentration of electromagnetic radiation, combined with a high energy output. The sun and moon are in a symbiotic relationship where they both need each other. The moon needs the sun to electromagnetically charge it.
Okay.
It light up the night sky. The sun needs the moon to repel its...
So it's electrically charged, and that's how it lights up the night sky. Electromagnetic charge. All right. Okay.
high energy output by absorbing most of its energy and radiation. Otherwise, without the moon, the sun would simply burn out.
Apparently, Multi-Tom-Tom agreed to do a bait MC Tune and then didn't show up, so seems his MO was running away. That's fair. 69. We're still just slowly purging people, but that's actually okay because I understand the shills is starting and a lot of people are probably going to want to go see the shills. So we'll just finish looking at this video for Tom and we'll start butting her down.
I believe the moon phases are caused by the constant charging and discharging of the solar electromagnetic radiation, causing the waxing and waning of the moon. The moon is not a solid object, nor does it reflect sunlight, as claimed in the heliocentric model. The moon phases are simply an internal process caused by the sun.
Based on fucking what information? I love it. Thank you for the congrats, Spay McG. That's actually a funny name. Spazy McG? I can't read that from here. Yeah, Spazy McG. That's a fun name. Wow, buddy.
Magnetic force, which acts upon the moon. It is simply the result of the moon charging and discharging of its electromagnetic energy or radiation. Similarly, the lunar eclipse is not the shadows of the Earth falling on the moon, as claimed in the heliocentric model. It is simply the resetting of the moon's electromagnetic properties or field.
It just so happens to coincide with the fucking planet or the sun going to the other side. And like, we predicted that shit too. So we're able to predict it based upon our model, and it just happens to be the moon resetting. This is fantastic. Multi-Tom-Tom, you'll become a regular.
This happens like clockwork in a cyclic manner. If you observe the sun and moon or any other heavenly bodies over a period of time.
Explain to me why it's in a clockwork manner. So now, is there any other objects that we can see from our observations that would behave exactly like this, where they discharge in like a clockwork manner? Can you find any other analogs to this to back up this theory?
Then one could predict its precision and their movement across the sky. Everything in the sky is cyclic. All you have to do is observe it over a length of time. There are no planets. They do not exist. There is no universe. And there is no heliocentric model.
What? 1 second. Multi-Tom-Tom, who is not watching, or he is and he's pretending he's not. Wow, how many windows do I have open? This is called a telescope. You can use it to look at objects in the sky. It's really cool. Now this one is pretty small by typical telescope designs nowadays, but it is one of the first ones that would actually lock on to objects, but it didn't actually have any intelligence or ability to know where it's looking. So you put it on a tripod or like on a tabletop. It's made by Mead. So what you do with this one, it's got a control, plugs into it and everything. Okay. So what you do with this is you would set it on the tripod, you'd pull a compass out and you would point it north, let's say. So you'd set it up like this. Has a little lock thing right down here for like so you can loosen the gimbal, and then there's a lock on the side here that you use. You loosen this to do this, because otherwise you're moving the motor because it's motorized. So then so you do this, lock her down, set it. So you set it pointing north, level, and level as you can get it. And then what it'll do is you tell it the date and the time of the year and where you are on the planet, and it goes through its memory and it thinks, what are the two brightest stars in the sky I know of? And then, so what it does is it turns, it slews itself, automatically turns like this, rotates, and slews itself to where it thinks the brightest star in the sky is. Now I said thinks, because this has no GPS, doesn't know anything. So any sort of idea that it could be taking an image that's been installed into it is kind of asinine, because that's bullshit. So it then points up where it is, and it starts kind of like moving the little gimbals, and you can hear it like and it starts actually like following the object. And that's, you know, you got your eyepieces and your different Barlows and things like that, and you pop them in there, you do the old dippy-doo and do some focusing and stuff like that, and you know, hey, what you do is you use the control at this point. So you move the control around, you use this to turn the thing, and you basically like kind of like center that star right in the eyepiece, and then you hit enter. As soon as you do that, it goes, okay, well, I think the second brightest star in the sky is over here. So then it goes, you know, it goes and it turns to somewhere else in the sky, centers itself there, and you look into it again, and you have to kind of visually a little bit, you have to press the buttons, line the star up in the center, and you hit enter again. Now what it does, it's called 2-point star verification. It's called triangulation. So based on math, they know that that star's there and that star's there, as long as you got the stars right when you did it, then it knows where everything else is, because you generally told it where you are on the planet, so it had an idea where you were, and then by using the location of the other stars, it basically fills in the rest, and then it knows where everything is. So then you can literally go in the menu here, and you can like you can go to like Jupiter, as long as and if it's not up, it'll say not above the horizon. But if it's above the horizon, it'll say slewing, and this whole thing will turn, rotate around, and actually lock on to where Jupiter is. And you sometimes have to just kind of, as you zoom in, you have to fine tune it a little bit, because as you get closer and closer, you're making the object, like your little bit of difference makes a bigger difference, right? But any bullshit that they don't exist is garbage, because anybody can get this thing and they can see them with their own damn eyes. I hate that argument. It's so stupid. It shows that they're not even willing to just go out and do some research. It just doesn't exist because the pictures, I can't take a picture with my fucking P900, so how could you see it? It's stupid. It really is one of the aggravating things about the conversation that gets me. Russian vids blew my mind when he tried to start saying that to me. Anyway, so I'm not going to really put this away. I'm just going to put it in the box. Deal with that later. Anyways, so that's very old actually at this point, because if you look at them now, like that thing was, I think that thing was probably like $300 or $500, like probably a better part of, oh God, 33? Probably almost 2 decades ago. We're all gonna die soon. We're getting old. Clutch your loved ones closely before it all ends. Anyways, I don't think I feel that doom and gloom. Anyways, Tom, finish her up, buddy.
Earth is enclosed, and it is a container. Finally, I just want to go back to the definition as stated in the Oxford Dictionary. Look at number 1, biology or medical. The clear liquid part of blood in which the blood cells, etc., float. This is a perfect analogy of the sun and moon floating in the ether. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Oh my God, definitive. It's just, that's it. No conversation about it. Thank you very much. Oh, this is just magic. That's incredible. Well, I think that we can't end it on a better note than that. Thank you very much. Thank you, Multi-Tom. Thank you very much. That was a great way to end the stream. Just wow. Anyways, does anybody want to ask me anything in the live chat before I take off? It is 5:40. I've been going for, 2 hours because we got a little bit of a late start as usual. So if you have any questions to ask them up, and try not to make them too sciencey. I'm not Team Skeptic. Many flat earthers mentally choose to not use physical observation devices because it'll screw up their version. Oh yeah, no, I believe that completely. Because if they got a telescope, they'd have a hell of a time explaining why they're seeing exactly what they've been told they're going to see on the other side. Not to mention, I've still been getting pictures sent to me by Geistview, and they're incredible. The things that you can take in your backyard with just the right equipment, and not even like special equipment. You can buy this shit. What is it? Thunderfoot. Thunderfoot has 2 channels, because he has Thunderfoot and he has the Voice of Thunder, I think, is another channel. And that's the one where he posts a lot more of his just not videos, but like just kind of bullshitting and like doing things on his with his equipment and stuff. And he has a actual telescope that is designed specifically for looking at the sun. It's quite expensive, don't get me wrong. So it's $8,000, but that's not like unattainable. You could buy that instead of buying a car. And he probably is the kind of guy that would. So that makes sense for somebody like him. I would prefer to have my car than an $8,000 telescope that looks at the sun, because I kind of need a car. So the thing is, he's made decisions with his money, and that's what he does with it. But and he drives an old beat up Honda, I think, still, or something, because he has $8,000 telescopes. But if you go check out his channel, you can he actually has a video he released where you can actually see the sun rotate. And even he admitted that he was pretty surprised that you were able to see the sun rotating a little bit. But the sun does rotate too, just so you know, multi-tom-tom. And there's also footage of that. Great stream, Brady Beaver. Thanks, Demonic. MC Toon, I'm the first to congratulate you on 30K. Remember that? Yeah, well, you would be the first to congratulate me on 30K. Or is it... or did you mean 3K? Because if you meant 30K, you're 100% the first. Brady Beaver, have you stopped stealing Radical's chickens? You keep saying that, but I haven't in a while. But now, that's it. In fact, I was telling Radical I had this idea for an episode where we steal Rajacow. We abduct Rajacow. And then he would have to do an episode where Rajacow was missing because I have it. So yeah. So we could... He laughed, and I think he'd be down for it. So that'd be fun. You learn something new every day. Oh yeah, you do learn something new every day, multi-tom-tom. It's true. Unless you're not trying to learn something new and you're just making shit up as you go along. And then there's people like you. So, you know... I mean, I learn something new every day. Of course you learn something new every day. And that statement is true. We can't take that away from you. Well, an $8,000 telescope is not overpriced. It has $8,000 worth of technology in it. Multi-tom-tom. Your excuse is bullshit. This telescope is out of date. I'll sell it to you for $50 fucking dollars. It's automatic and everything. Eat a bag of dicks. You don't know what you're talking about. Like that telescope is 20 fucking years old, multi-tom-tom. That is garbage. The only thing that keeps you from buying a telescope is the fact that you don't want to see what's through the telescope. And then you'd make up some bullshit excuse. You use it for 5 seconds and be like, I can't see shit. And the reality is that you'd be trying to not see shit because you wouldn't focus it. You wouldn't do any of the work that you would need to do to actually make the telescope do what you want it to do, and you would just claim it based on incredulity. I'm not pronouncing words right now, and I'm not going to try because I fucked it all up. But you get what I'm saying. So that's the reality, is that you're not going to do it right. And like when I bought that telescope, it's a small telescope. It's, you know, a lot of the new ones have apertures that are like this big. Like this thing has a tiny little aperture, and it wasn't made for taking pictures like Geistview can take. It was made for doing exactly what I did for it. A young person learning some stuff and having some fun looking at the stars. That's what this is for. And I have seen Saturn's rings, and I have seen Jupiter's spot. They were small, and they were kind of black and white, because if you know how light wavelengths work, that's kind of a result of the tiny little aperture and not a lot of absorption of light over time and stuff like that. But the reality is, they're there. Winter's coming, dude, so go hibernate. You can be pissy if you want, multi-tom-tom, but the reality is, stop being so stupid, get off your ass, go down to the store and buy a telescope. And then learn how to use it properly. And then you can pull your head securely out of your ass, and you can start breathing fresh air again, because right now you're full of fart. So, yeah, you only see lights. If you're looking at a star, you're only going to see lights in the sky, multi-tom-tom, because that star is so fucking far away that thing, all that the telescope does is make a sharper light in the sky, because it's like your P900. It only goes so far. Then you need a telescope. After that telescope, you need a bigger telescope. After that bigger telescope, you need a bigger telescope. Why do you think we keep putting bigger telescopes in space? Hubble, what's the new one called? I can't remember what the new one's called, but there's basically the Hubble replacement. And it's because we're putting them in places where, like if we put them on the tops of mountains, like multi-tom-tom, why are they on the tops of mountains, like observatories? Oh, there's less atmosphere. between us and space, so then you get a clearer image of the things we're trying to look at. So you see how steps have been taken over time as humans have gotten more technology. We've moved farther and farther into seeing more and more. This idea that somehow they just decided one day to just start telling us all lies. Okay, so Copernicus, all of these people looked up in the sky and observed these things. They're all a bunch of liars. And there was so much money in it back when the church was hanging people for being infidels or being, sorry, infidel's the wrong word. That's a different race or culture. For being heretics, being heretics and being against the church. And because Earth is the center of the universe, my friend. And so all these people that went out of their way to like look up in the sky and literally would like invent languages to write their stuff down, so if the church found it, they wouldn't be hung or burned at the stake or whatever the frig they did with them back then. All of that was just for the mad ducats. The mad ducats they were never going to see in that entire lifetime. I mean, come on. You got to think logically here. That means that everybody forever and for always has been lying, and it just doesn't make sense because you guys go to NASA. Well, NASA's not that old. So you're thinking in human time frames here, and I don't know how old you are. You're probably a 12-year-old in mommy's basement. I mean, you got the same kind of education level, so we'll just go with that. What do you do? Anyways, I'm actually gaining viewers, so apparently they love me ripping you apart, Multi-Tom-Tom. So I would really appreciate it if you come back more. Nobody can see through the dome, for fuck's sakes. I heard that you don't show up for debates, Multi-Tom-Tom, or else I'd offer to debate you, buddy. I'd offer to debate you. But I heard you run like a little girl. You and Red Pill. James Webb Space, thank you. James Webb Space Telescope is beyond an amazing piece of equipment. Yeah, and actually, truth be told, my understanding is it's not actually like a replacement for Hubble so much as actually it's I think it will do a lot of the same things that Hubble did, but I believe that the purpose for James Webb is actually, it's got some imaging technology on it that's for seeing other things, I think, isn't it? Like maybe dark matter spotting or something like that. I can't remember if there's some other toys on that one. But, I mean, Multi-Tom-Tom, the way this goes down is we put these things up here because we don't know. And they want to know. Here comes the insults. No, I was having fun with you, Tom-Tom. Come on, buddy. Besides, like you're an innocent character in all of this. Come in here and tell us we're all wrong. And besides, I called you a 12-year-old. Chill out. Now, what I really wanted to call you... No, I'm just kidding. They love it, though. So, Multi-Tom-Tom, I really appreciate it. Tickle that bell. Make sure you hit subscribe. Come back often, buddy. We'll talk. I'm rambling. It's been great. You guys are all here watching. Thank you very much. I think the new replacement for Hubble is a lot smaller one linked together, a bit like multiple cameras set up for 3D. Well, you know what? That would make sense to make it modular with a new one so that later you could add things that you didn't think about, right? Like maybe a little camera ports or however they would do that, so that later when they think of stuff, they could put it on there. So, yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah. Anyways, okay. Well, you know what? Any last comments from anybody? My last comments are you guys should definitely check out Fight the Flat Earth's 20,000 subscriber special. That is next Saturday. I have been told that I'm invited at some point, so I will be there as well. Radical, we didn't get to copyright your stuff because Team Skeptic came on at the right time for you, so you're lucked out, buddy. We didn't plagiarize all of your content on here and really laugh with you, but I wanted to, okay? Just between you and me, I really wanted to. Because I don't think you would have hit that button. I don't think you would have struck me. I feel like I would have got away with it. So, anyways, I don't know how you keep your cool with these people. You know what? I actually didn't keep my cool with the first one I ever talked to. I'll finish on this story. I think I've told it, but now you can see me and you can kind of feel my pain with me. I was sitting right here in this exact spot, facing this exact direction, facing this screen. Might have been a different monitor. Doesn't matter. I had a friend coming, and he came with another friend. And my wife met them at the door, and he's downstairs. Just go find him. So they come down, and I'm watching a Simon Dan video. And my friend says, "Oh, what are you watching?" I said, "I'm just Simon Dan, these flat earthers, kind of blah blah blah, making fun of them, blah blah blah." Don't show your face next time, multi-tom, buddy. If you think you're gonna hurt my feelings, I'm fine. Don't worry. It's gonna take a lot, bud. So, anyways, they come down, and I was like, "Oh, you know, flat earthers and stuff, right?" And buddy behind buddy goes, "Yeah, I believe there's flat." Seriously? Like, and even my friend was just like, I guess he didn't know his other friend very much. And so we got into it a little bit, and I'm a realist. Again, multi-tom. Oh no, maybe you're talking to somebody else. Either way, that's funny. So we got into it, and I did not keep my cool, because it was the first time I'd ever discussed anything with them, and I didn't realize the level of just everything. Like, they've been down the rabbit hole. Like, it's really crazy. Like, you watch the videos, you know they exist, but you think that they're not that common, and then you find out. And multi-tom before you get all excited, they're still not that common. And you can think it's because you're chosen or something, but I mean, what a coincidence that every one of you think that you're that smart. You know, there's this graph. You ever seen the graph where it's like people that don't know shit think they're really smart, and then people that are really smart actually don't really have a lot of confidence in themselves? You fit right on the scale. Well, hold on. I see how he's bitching about, hey, oh, here come the insults and everything. Meanwhile, he's saying, yeah, next time don't show your fucking face. And so, you know, you can disguise your insults and be like, what? I wasn't being a dick. Anyways, all right, I've had enough fun. Thank you all. I appreciate all the super chats I got. Thank you for coming. Multi-tom, I love you, bud. We're gonna see more of this guy. We should just keep him a regular appearance. Maybe you'll be a once a week thing. We can have multi-tom hour. That'll be fun. Anyways, thanks for coming. I won't talk forever if you let me. I'll just start back up again. So you know what? Bye.